Hey you beautiful people, how's it going, and welcome to a new video. So in today's video we are going to be looking at logbooks. So logbooks are the new league mechanic, and I've bought 50 of them because they are quite rare. These are area level 81 plus, so expecting decent things from these to be honest. But yeah, we're just going to go over and see what you can expect when you run them. So I'm going to cover like all the currency I make, all the items that drop, cluster jewels and whatnot. So let me just bring up my spreadsheet with the current costs and I'll go over it in a sec. There we go. Right, so yeah, the logbooks costing me 40C each off TFT, so 2,000 cows in total. You can get them a bit cheaper if you buy them by themselves. However, it's just very, very convenient to buy them in bulk. And then I may roll them for 50C, which will total 2,050. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to roll them yet. I'll let you know in the future when I've actually run them, what I did. And the current price of the exalts is 1x294C. So as you can see, these are quite expensive, 21.77x in total. But yeah, we're going to get to it for science. We're going to see whether or not it's good, and I'll get back to you with the results in a moment. So I'll see you in a sec, guys. Okay guys, I finished farming the expeditions. Let's take a look at my loot tabs. So I've only got the one quad tab at the moment. I don't know why I'm saying at the moment. I'm not doing any more for this video. So I've only got the one quad tab. And yeah, we've got quite a bit of raw currency in here. Loads of league mechanic currency. Loads of scarabs, incubators, maps, fragments, and blueprints. Yeah, so expedition added ritual and heist chests on there, so you can get blueprints, contracts, and ritual splinters as well, giving you ritual vessels. So it's going to lower down the price of the ritual vessels this league, which is cool. But also, yeah, contracts and blueprints, very, very cool, because you can sell those in bulk if you don't like running heist, or you can just run heist if you're an absolute chad that wants to make loads of money. So we also got a few fossils in here, as well as catalysts, jewels, and very, very few essences. Usually league mechanics shit out essences, this one not so much, which is fine for me because it saves me picking up loads of stuff. So I'm happy with that anyway, whatever. Let's get into the spreadsheet. I'll cover the costs, the time investment, everything like that, the type of maps I ran, and my overall profits. So let's break down the sections. So starting with the areas that I ran, I ended up running 22 black scythes, 15 druids, 11 chalice, and 2 knights. So when I bought them, I didn't specifically target buying a type of region or even a faction for whatever I wanted. I just bought in bulk from a bunch of guys. So yeah, mostly quite a lot of black scythes in there, which is quite good because these are the best ones that I can see, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I encountered 14 bosses throughout these 50. One of them was on the implicits of a expedition logbook itself. The other 13 were just on there. So yeah, not too bad. Time investment wise, 7.5 hours. You can get through these very quickly. If you are like me and you just disregard modifiers, the only modifier my character cannot do is immune to fizz. So I was just yeeting absolutely anything and everything on. And yeah, some of them did make it a bit difficult, like if you'd put can't leech and don't get flash charges, then yeah, that's a bit annoying. But aside from that, yeah, pretty straightforward, pretty easy stuff. I would say just be careful if you're going to roll them. You don't actually have to roll them. I did test it out. I did 25 playing and I did 25 out. The difference was minimal, to be honest. You don't really have to do it. And if you get a boss on one that you have alchemied, you will kind of struggle against that boss, because I definitely did. I had to fight the guy inside his little lair. I forgot his name. But yeah, I kind of struggled with him because, well, he was tanky as fook. So moving on. Yeah, 7.5 hours. Pretty good time investment was for me. You could probably do it faster. You'd probably do it a bit slower. Depends how safe you are. So the total investment still 2,050, even just rolling 25 of them, because I did have to re-roll a few times, so I'm going to leave that as it is and jump straight into the sections regarding the loot now. So raw currency, let's go, let's get it. How much did we get? Boom, 2,133 chaos in raw currency. So this is stuff we don't even have to sell. We can just keep this, which is one of the best things you can possibly farm, because you don't have to, sell unless you want to trade them up. But I'll keep all the little currencies so I don't have to trade with bots or use Pee-wee trade, because nobody likes that, because it's ass. So let's break down what we got. We got 10.5x, so 9 raw exalted drops, and then the rest came from shards from like the Harbinger chests and stuff like that. And they do drop quite frequently, to be honest. Didn't drop from mobs, did drop from chests themselves. And I did have one chest that dropped the double exalt, which was quite nice. That was really early on as well, so I thought I was going to get more, to be honest, but I was still happy with 10.5. Chaos Orbs, 202 raw. Divine Orbs, 5. 3 drops and 2 6-links drops, so I just trade them to the vendor. Orb of Alteration, Chromatics, Jewelers, Fusings. These are very kind as well, very generous. And I will say this, guys, this is a really good thing about logbooks, is the currency drops in stacks, so you don't actually have to pick that much up. So cheers, Chris Wilson, you are slowly but surely improving the game to a degree. So, moving on, stat decks 133, mostly from the card chests. I don't know why I'm saying mostly, they are just from the card chests. GCP, Regrets, Horizons, Valorb, stuff like that. Yeah, they drop a bit, not too much, not too often. You can get a lot of GCP because a lot of 20% quality level 1 gems will drop that you can just sell to the vendor. So 80 GCP in total. One notable thing to talk about is rogue markers. You will get, do not avoid the heist chest. Even if you don't like heist, you should definitely go for the heist chest because they give you a lot of currency worth of stuff. So rogue markers, 33,000 I got. I didn't even open that many heist chests, and I got 33,000, and that is around 1x near enough in rogue markers. So yeah, I'm going to use these because I love heist, but you know, you can sell them because no one else is going to do heist. There's like 3% of the game population that actually likes it, apparently. Moving on, Harbinger Orb, Instilling Orb, and Enkindling Orb. Yeah, not really too frequent either. But yeah, 2,133 chaos, purely from the raw currency, so very, very nice. Moving on to the league mechanic currency, so we're already in profit now, and this jets us even further with 1,275 total chaos. The bulk of this comes from the Scythes, which you trade with Tusion. He is the most valuable NPC. The rest, as you can see from the values on the side, these are the prices that I've checked myself. The rest aren't really worth that much. But Tusion, because everybody loves re-rolling and gambling, is worth a ton. So luckily I got the 22 Black Scythe contracts, well, logbooks, which netted me a total of 11,470 lesser scythes. These are quite expensive as well. 224C for that many scythes if I were to sell them. Common Scythe, Greater Scythe, and Grand Scythe, also quite a lot of drops there. Over 1,000 Grand Scythes is very, very good. That's 100C there. Sorry, 170C there. And exotic coinages, 52 of them dropped, so 312C. So if you've got a gambling addiction and you know you love rolling with Tusion, then this is probably the way to get the stuff from the easiest. Yeah, the lesser circle stuff, the Astragali, Gwen and stuff, not really worth too much. You do get a lot of Astragali, as you can see, 116 compared to my 52, when I only ran 11 chalices but ran 22 sides. So you get a lot of these currencies drop from bosses once you kill them. Unluckily, I didn't really get any bosses with Tusion. I had one, and she was an absolute nightmare because she could freeze me. And since I've only got one anti-freeze flask, as soon as it popped itself, I would just insta-die. So yeah, that was an absolute nightmare to do. Aside from that, though, yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing else to talk about, really. 1,275 in total from League Mechanic currency, which is, you know, obviously massive amount. So we're well into profit now, and we're just happy at this point, you know, we're dancing. Scarabs and Incubators. So we have quite a few Scarabs, not as many as Delirium, but still a fair amount. Totaling a lot. I'm not sure, because I did throw mixed Incubators in here, so minus 51 off that, so like 70. Yeah, about 70-ish. 15 other Scarabs I'm not really counting, which are like Reliquary, low divination, stuff like that, so that's just 25C. But you do get quite a few Harbingers, quite a few Blights, quite a few Legions in there. You don't get any Breach at all. I only got one Rusted Breach. I just thought I'd note that out. And then Incubators. Apparently these things love giving out Incubators, as you can see over here. So I would put these on as I'm doing them usually, but since there's so few mobs, it's really hard to just get them all to be completed anyway, so I just threw them in tabs in the end. And you can sell these in bulk on TFT. Someone will just buy them because somebody just likes buying all of the Incubators. Yeah, so you can just get a chunk for that if you want, or you can just use them like I'm gonna. And then moving on from that, 381 seat in total from Scarabs and Incubators, which is quite a nice little bonus. Maps and Fragments. So you get tons of maps. You get loads of low tier maps as well, which I haven't included, so like tier 10s, tier 8s, stuff like that for some reason. But yeah, 7 Delirious maps which drop from the Delirium chest. These are the only ones I included that are over tier 13. So I had 7 of them. I did have a bunch more that are low tier, but they're not really worth talking about. Around 10 seat on average for those, scaling from 20 to 60%. Tier 13, 14, 15, and 16 maps, just plain red maps. Valued them at their lowest possible price on PoE trade if I was to sell them. So yeah, I'm not like trying to edge the profits or anything there. Guardian maps, only had 2 of them, Constrictor and Enslaver. Didn't get any Shaper maps at all. 38C for those, so about 19C each. You do get a lot of simulacrum splinters, and simulacrums, if you get the specific remnants that give you 20% chance to get simulacrum splinters. So I ended up getting a simulacrum and a half over here, which is obviously a lot of money. Simulacrums are currently 1.4, 1.3x, and simulacrum splinters are also quite expensive because simulacrums are expensive. So Mortal Rage, Mortal Grief, just standard stuff, not really expensive, not worth talking about. Free Fragment of Constrictions and Fragment of the Chimera. So for some reason, I was only getting the bottom left fragments, as you can see here, for those two. But yeah, I'm not going to complain, it's free money. And then we also get Timeless Emblems, Marrakesh Splinters, Templar, and Chihula. I haven't cleared the other ones because they're not really worth talking about. And Ritual Vessels. So you get quite a few of those as well. As you can see, I managed to get these full emblems over here from Splinters. Not many Marrakesh or Templar, but still a nice bonus amount, I would say, just from doing maps. Essentially, and just a few Chihula as well. You don't get too much stuff related to Breach in there at all, in all honesty. And we'll scroll down on now to the last section-ish. Yeah, there's one more after this, actually. So, Heist, Contracts, and Blueprints. Now, you may not know this, but Heist, Contracts, and Blueprints are worth a lot of money. Most people do know that. But, yeah, replicas and usual gems, in particular, are worth more than the rest. You can also sell these in bulk on the Forbidden Trove, if you really wish to. Or you can just sell them in-game. And replicas are usually around 16C each if they're over eye level 80, which all of mine are because of my expedition area level. And unusual gems 18C. The other two were like 10 and 12C each. So I've priced those in at their standard bulk prices. Even though I'll probably run these as well because some of these replicas that I got and stuff like that, they have good currency on them. So that one's got 6. Mostly you actually want to look for stacked decks when it comes to replicas. But currency's fine as well since I'm rocking with this trinket. Just rambling on now. But yeah, this one's got 9 over here. That's a beauty. And some of the wings have 3, some of them have 4, which does devalue them a little bit if they have 3, but it's still fine. And then we've got just standard contracts. You get quite a lot of these as well. Deception being the most valuable. These are usually around 9C in bulk. Demolition's also worth a little bit. Lockpicking's usually 7C. Perception usually 5C. Demolition's usually 5C as well. So 491 chaos for the blueprints just from Heist and stuff like that. So yeah, as you can see, it's a massive amount that you can actually make from these. So if you usually skip these ones, definitely don't skip them. They're worth a lot. Fossils and essences. So I didn't get too many essences, so I'm not going to list them all like I usually do. I just got 5 upgraded from Screaming. So 23C in total for the essences. You get quite a few fossils, not a huge amount. Well, we've got 132, which I guess is a huge amount. We do get sanctified fossils as well. So we got 3 sanctified fossils, which are 10C each. I don't usually see those from League Mechanics drop either. So those were quite a surprise for me to see drop there. Quite a few corroded and serrated up there, dents and stuff like that. Obviously, I could probably sell these for a tiny bit more as well because I do have over 25 pristine, 22 jagged, stuff like that. So I might be able to get 1.2 chaos per one if I really wanted to. But I'm just putting in their lowest price. So 208C in total from fossils and essences, which again is quite nice. And then the last section, which is just catalysts and cluster jewels, and then we'll get into the exact profit, turnover, and the exalt profit. So catalysts and cluster jewels. Yeah, we have fertile catalysts, 8 of them, about 30C. Catalysts aren't too expensive at this point in the league. Prismatic, tempering, noxious, stuff like that. Yeah, just quite common drops. 6, 5, 10, 15, 21, 18, 20. It's not really that common, actually, I lied. But yeah, it's still just decent. The real money in this little section is coming from these cluster jewels. So there are specific cluster jewels you can look out for, which, you know, the meta builds are using. So minion damage is usually a good one. This is around 90C. I managed to get an 8 passive one. Totem 12% damage is also very popular right now, so 73C for that. Increased fizz damage, I-82 with 8 passives as well, 25C. Then just a few smaller ones with Ellie damage, 8 passive, lightning damage, high level, eye level ones. 10, 15, 10C. So overall, a pretty good time. A lot of different loots to pick up here. It's very fun because, you know, you never know what you're going to get. So, yeah, overall turnover, profit, and exalt profit. Let's take a little gander, shall we? How much do you think I got? Because there's quite a lot here, obviously. I mean, you could just add it up if you really wanted to. But let's go. Total turnover, 5,429 Chaos Orbs, which, when you deduct the investment, which was, what, 2,050? Yeah, 2050 chaos. Total profit is 3,379.07, which is around 35.94 exalted orbs profit. So are logbooks worth it? Absolutely. They're very fun. They're actually quite quick. You get to choose your own wards. It's a very nice league mechanic. I have to say, yeah, this is one of the better league mechanics they've actually released. Buy your logbooks. What can I say? Buy your Black Scythe logbooks. I'll probably release a little mini guide for one of the bosses, because he was a little bit annoying to get used to. So maybe I'll post that soon as well. I killed him deathless, so yeah, do it. Big flex. I'll catch you guys next time. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. Feel free to hit subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want. And I'll catch you next time, guys. Take care and peace.